Hey everybody, I'm Glendora here, and welcome to another terrible theory. Now this one and the next one are going to be pretty short, as I don't really have much evidence to prove either of these. It's more of just an idea, like what if this was the case. Um, yeah, so these next two videos are going to be pretty short, but I'll try to explain my reasoning a little bit. Um, but yeah, this one, uh, I've seen plenty of anime, hundreds of anime. I've long since passed the 600 mark, and I actually still need to go and put all the animes that I've watched from 2012 up to now onto my list of animes I've watched. So who knows? I could have passed the 700 mark by now. Um, but yeah, but yeah. Uh, so one anime that I've seen and continue to watch over and over. One of three animes I never seem to get tired of are um, obviously Clannad and Toradora, and the third one, Kokoro Connect. Those are my big three. Those are the big three animes, my three favorite animes. That will never change. I will never replace those three in the top spot. In the top spots. Those are my three all-time favorite animes, and that will never change. Number four and beyond, that could change. But those three I have set right there. And uh, Kokoro Connect is interesting uh, because it has these five friends, three girls, two boys, five friends who uh, go to school together, and they formed their own club because none of them seem to fit in to other clubs. And so, um, they ended up forming their own club, and one day, one day this man named Heartseed shows up, possessing their teacher's body, um, and tells them that they're going to be part of an experiment. Soon enough, they start switching bodies. Their souls trade places. And once that experiment ends, their desires are unleashed. They can't control their desires. When they have the desire to do something, they do it. They can't control their desires. Um, and then also, and then also, um, after that, they start reverting back to childhood, reverting back to different parts of their childhood. Uh, and after that, their emotions start kind of transmitting into other people, into other members of that group. So like when they feel very strongly about something, other people learn about it instantly. And I've seen this anime many times, and one question has always plagued me that never gets answered. Who is Heartseed? What role does he play? Why is he doing this? Why these five kids? Everything involving Heartseed is an anomaly. It makes no sense to me. Until I came up with the thought, What if Heartseed possessing their teacher, Mr. Go, what if he represents uh, adulthood? Sissy, Sissy, get down from there. Get down. Get down. Get down. Come on. Get down. Stupid cat. What if he represents adulthood, and what if the five kids, the things they're experiencing, what if that is the kids growing into adulthood? Because don't forget, they're teenagers. They're teenagers, and the teenage years. Sissy? There. Uh, Teenage years can often feel like you're someone else. When you're a teenager, it's basically a struggle to discover who you are. So when you're in high school, it can often feel like you're not yourself, like you're somebody else. Um, and that's also the time when your emotions run rampant. When your desires are unleashed, you can't always control your desires. Sometimes you act purely on desire. That's teenage years. That's exactly what they do in the second experiment. And especially in high school, uh, everybody's telling you to grow up when usually you want to stay young. You want to stay young. And so you start remembering things from your past. You remember things from your past. You remember when you were a kid. And high school ends up forcing you to come to terms with some of the things that happened in your past. For most people. Not for everybody, but that is high school. That is the high school teenage years that you got to go through. And finally, the emotions coming out and letting everybody know. I think that's more having to do with the fact that social media is everywhere now. You put anything on the internet, and it's going to be seen by everybody, especially people at your high school. One little tweet can completely ruin your high school reputation. I think that fourth experiment was more about that, about having to deal emotionally with the stress of trying to keep your reputation when social media, thanks to social media, nothing is sacred. Nothing is secret anymore. There are no secrets with people. People aren't allowed to have secrets anymore, thanks to social media. And it can often feel like the entire world is conspiring against you in high school. That's teenage years. That's how it is. And I think that Kokoro Connect, I think that these four experiments, this is the five kids coming to terms with the fact that they are growing up, that this is happening. And once they've finished all these experiments, they seem happier. They seem a lot happier, and they seem closer together than they ever were. And that's the other thing. That's the other thing. At the beginning, they seem content. but none of them seem to be going anywhere. They all seem to be cruising right along through life, and none of them really know what they want to do with themselves. Uh, and then all this stuff happens, and then suddenly at the end, they know what they want in their lives, and they're actually motivated, and they're doing things. They're being more outgoing. They're talking to other people, and they fix a lot of their problems because these situations force them to. I really believe that Kokoro Connect is a series about 5 kids growing up. And I believe that Heartseed, it just represents adulthood. And the reason why they fear him so much at the beginning is because they're not ready to grow up yet. They don't want to grow up. They want to remain kids. But Heartseed, through his experiments, teaches them that it's okay to grow up. And they learn that throughout the series. I don't know. I don't have a ton of evidence for this. It's just a little something that I thought of, like, hey, what if this was the case? So, yeah, that's all I got for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be putting up more videos gradually throughout the month. And I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, take care, everyone.